Hi, my name is Lucas, and today I'll be explaining my codes for assignment 2. First one will be read inventory from file. I've created the inventory dictionary, and I've created a variable called file path, and then I'll open the path with R, which is read, and then in this for loop, I'll add the ID, the name and quantity that was in the file into the inventory like this, and after that it will be printed out like that. So my part B, which is my menu, is like that. It will print out menu first and then the 4 options. And after that, I just call it. So for part 4, my part C, my inventory, it will prompt the user to input the new inventory, which is the ID, name, and quantity and then you have to put comma after each input. So if the ID exists in inventory, it will print that it exists. Else, if it doesn't exist, it will add the ID, name, and quantity into inventory. So when shipping, it will prompt user to input the ID of the item, and then if it's in the inventory, it will print out the name and the quantity. After that, it will prompt the user for the quantity to ship, and if the shipping quantity is more than the one in the inventory, it will print that there's not enough stock, or otherwise, it will overwrite the original quantity in the inventory with the new quantity by minusing off the shipping quantity. So for my main inventory, I'll print out the ID, name, quantity, and remarks, which is needed to order. This spacing will only be printed out if the length of the name is more than six characters. Otherwise, it will just print 3 spacings. And this reorder is the same. It will only be printed out if the quantity is less than 5. Else, it will be plain nothing. This is the main one where I call 3 functions with a break, quit, which is break out of the for loop. So my question 2 is the prefix one, where I've added this, where it will go in reverse instead of going in front, and I've swapped my first stack and second stack over so that evaluation can be evaluated as a prefix. So if it's not in if n is not operator, it will be added to the stack and continue like that. So for question 3, if n equals to 1, it will return 2. Otherwise, if it's more than 1, it will do this formula where it's -3 times the previous term, and after that it will print out the first 11 terms, and this is so that the last, it doesn't end with a comma. So my question 4, firstly, I'll have to create a deck which is current stock, and then add the data in the stock portfolio into the current stock. Data will be a list, and then it will be appended into current stock. So for this is I will print out the current stock holding, print out the current stock holdings are basically the stock, need, and price. And after that, you'll input to sell the stocks, which is the stock name, stock units, how much you want to sell, and how much you're selling for. And so if the stock name is in the current stock, it will be popped into pop, which is a temporary placeholder. And after that, if pop equals 0, which means there's nothing in pop, it will print that you do not own any of the stocks that's been inputted. And if it's less than the number of units on the sell, it will print out that you don't have enough, and then it will just sell the total amount you have, basically. So this is to calculate the profit that you have. And after that, you print out profit and print out the updated stock. Okay, thank you.